Thank you for joining me today. I'm Russ Curtis, Professor of Counseling. We're writing a paper on this topic right now, sexual boundary violations. I've got some other videos related to it. I wish this has been stressed more in counseling programs, and we're trying to do a better job of this. In the most recent report, there was indication that the vast majority of cases against behavioral health providers was sexual boundary violations. So we really need to take this seriously. And it typically doesn't happen out of the blue. It's typically a gradual thing that leads to violations, and this is often called the slippery slope behaviors. But I just wanted to make them explicit in this video. And please let me know your comments when we're done. But these behaviors can begin with like extending session hours beyond what you would do normally for a client. Too much self-disclosure. So if you're the therapist and you find yourself disclosing more to a client than you do with others, that might be a sign. And clearly when these things happen, you want to be talking about it in supervision and in your own personal counseling. They're normal, but you want to make sure that you're processing it and you've got good support. Sessions outside the typical time, maybe you're scheduling things a little later in the night or just when you wouldn't typically do it for a client. Touch other than culturally acceptable greetings, maybe like a handshake. So this high five might be inappropriate. Again, it's just going to kind of depend, but you do want to be very careful with this. Interacting with clients outside a session, not approaching a client if you see them at the grocery store and in a restaurant. If they approach you, just keeping the conversation to a minimum and light, okay? Don't ask how they're doing, So just, again, keeping it very brief. And not interacting with clients via social media. This is a big one now. And so if you do have a public presence on social media, it's just making sure it's business as usual. And you may want to be very careful about any kind of personal posts and clearly any types of opinions related, to the world or politics or what have you. It's probably safer to keep your settings private for the most part. But let me know your comments on this. I'll link it with another video that we did, and we'll talk to you on the next one. Take good care.